Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be making some bologna gravy, and I'm also going to be making some roasted broccoli, which is what that is right there. I'm going to start out actually with the broccoli first. That way I can get it into the oven real quick, and so I can just get it out of the way. For the broccoli, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be in a bowl. I have one head of broccoli, cut it into florets, and I'm going to add some oil to it, just drizzle some oil onto it, and I'm also going to be adding some salt, some garlic powder, and a little bit of black pepper. After I get everything all mixed up, I'm going to put it on a tray, and I am going to put it in the oven, which I have set for 425 degrees. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, it's there. And I'm just waiting right now for it to heat up properly. And after that is done, I'll pop it in for about 20 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and do the broccoli up real quick, and I'll get right back to you. Okay, I have finished with putting, I combined everything in a bowl, the garlic powder, the salt, the pepper, and the oil, and I coated everything, and I put everything on a tray. The oven is now ready, so I will be putting the broccoli in the oven. Oops. Now, after you put everything in the oven, you want to cook that for about 20 minutes. So I'm going to be setting a timer. And it's at 20 minutes. So that has started. Next, we're going to be working on the actual bologna gravy. Now, some people classify this as a breakfast, but in my family, we always ate it for dinner. It was normally just a bologna gravy. We didn't normally have any sides with it, and we normally have it with toast. Also, sometimes the recipe that I found online actually used, I believe, minced bologna. We didn't use minced bologna for our recipe. What we used was Seltzer's Lebanon bologna, not the sweet, just the regular Lebanon bologna. This recipe I'm actually doubling because it never lasts very long. So what we're going to be doing is, and the recipe normally calls for 7 slices, so I upped that to 14 slices, and of course I made little squares out of it. And what you're going to do is you're going to get a pan like that, and you're going to set the burner to medium high to get it nice and hot. You're also at this point going to put oil into the pan and get that also nice and hot. The recipe I found online, that's not the recipe. Sorry about that, my dog is barking at something. Oh no, look at it, smoke. So much for a whisper, right? That's the brand. That's the brand name. It's supposed to whisper. Anyway. So you put your pan, so you're going to put your oil in your pan. Now the recipe that I found online calls for about like a quarter of a cup, but I find that to be a lot. So I'm just going to put enough on there so that it'll coat the bottom of the pan. Maybe just a tad bit more. Because I am doubling the recipe, so it is going to be a lot of bologna in that pan. So we're going to let that heat up, and I will be back once the oil is finished heating up, and we'll go from there. Okay, I think the oil is ready. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the bologna to the pan, and we're going to fry it up. That's pretty much what we're going to be doing. So here we go. Okay. So that's going to cook for a while. Mix it all up, make sure the oil is coating all the bologna. Try to make sure when you cut your bologna up into your little squares that you try to separate them as much as possible so that every piece gets a chance to cook. So we're going to let that cook for a while. The next step is we're going to add flour to the pan. We're going to make a gravy, obviously, so we're going to need flour. You're going to have to guess a little bit of how much flour to put into your gravy. I believe last time I put in about 2 tablespoons, but that was when I did just a singular recipe. I'm probably going to double that. We'll see how that goes. The flour that I use is Pillsbury all-purpose flour. Let that cook. I'm going to get out my measuring spoon. Aren't they cute? I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but it is 1 tablespoon. So you want to make sure your bologna is like brown. So we're going to give this a few more minutes. Before we put the flour in. And after we put the flour in, we're going to put in some milk and water. The recipe calls for half a cup of milk and half a cup of water. Since I doubled it, it's going to be 1 cup of each. And I already combined it into 1 measuring cup, so that's water and milk together. think that is good enough, so we're going to start out with putting 2 tablespoons in of flour. And mixing it up. Another one in. There's a lot of oil that needs to be soaked up. Well, shiitake mushrooms. I dropped my thing, but that's okay. I have more. Let's use this one. So I just put a little bit more in. I didn't think that was a full tablespoon. Okay. I think that's looking pretty good. It's pretty thick. Around, so add the water and milk mixture. Put that to the side and mix it up. I want it to get thick. Spilled a little bit, but that's okay. Maybe. They can't all be perfect when we're cooking. Also at this time is when we can add, while it's heating up, we can add salt. Whoa. And pepper. Mix that up. Try not to dump the salt in there like I did. There was a clump in there that I guess distributed the weight poorly. I don't know if you can tell from the camera, but it is thickening up. We want to turn back the heat a little bit so it doesn't burn. And you want to stir constantly because you don't want it to burn on the bottom of the pan. Spilled it again. How nice and thick that's starting to get. That's what you want. You want a nice gravy. If you can multitask while you're doing this, you can you can start putting your toast in. Like I said, I normally eat this with toast. You can eat it with bread if you like, or you could just, I guess, eat it plain, or biscuits also. But like I said, we always use toast. So I put that in, go back to stirring. Nice and thick. Nice and thick. Look at that. It's beautiful. This is actually one of my favorite recipes when I was a child. Still is one of my favorite recipes. Just want to make sure all the flour is cooked through. You don't want it to taste chalky. Alright. I think it's just about done. The broccoli should be about done as well. Alright. I think that actually looks pretty good. Seems nice and hot, nice and thick. I know it doesn't look the greatest, but it tastes pretty good. Now if you want it to be a little sweeter, you can use the sweet leavened bologna. If you want to use minced bologna, you can do that as well. But like I said, my family always used regular leavened bologna seltzers. Alright. Toast is done. I think that looks pretty good, so we'll take that off. We'll turn the burner off. Always make sure you turn the burners off. One of my other videos I explained how I almost burnt my house down because I left a burner on and put it on the stove. You gotta be safe. So, we're gonna let that sit for a little bit while I get my plate. And I will be back once I have everything ready. The broccoli's almost done. It's about 3 minutes. So I'll get back to you in 3 minutes. Okay, I'm back and this is the finished product. You have your bologna gravy. Again, it doesn't look too good. And then your broccoli on camera. But I guarantee you this is going to taste delicious. So let's start off with a little piece of broccoli first. I like that. It's really good. don't normally roast broccoli. I normally get, this is like a fresh broccoli, florets. I normally get frozen. It's really good. So again, just coat it in oil, salt, pepper, garlic powder. Throw it in the oven at 425 for 16 to 20 minutes. Let's try the bologna gravy, because that is what we're here for, right? Oh, oh no, I dropped some. Oh, well, that's okay. That's also really good. So, this is really simple to make. Just flour, salt, pepper, a little bit of oil, a lot of it. Some bologna, milk, water. It's pretty simple to make. If you guys have bologna gravy, comment down below about which bologna type you use. Excuse me, dog. I dropped something on the floor and she's eating it. Does it taste good? Did you enjoy that? Yeah, tell me your opinion. Did you enjoy that? Oh, baby. So, yeah, just leave a comment down below if you want to about what bologna type you use in your bologna gravy. If you have even heard of bologna gravy. Some people don't even know it's a thing. Thank you for watching my video, and I will see you in the next one. See ya!